Panharmonicon presents a podcast.
Okay, we'll get off at the next stop. We'll figure out whatever's going on here, okay?
This doesn't belong to me.
What do you mean? Everything's gonna be okay.
He wasn't in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Yeah. I have not seen Assassin's Creed, but I don't think I...
Oh, it's out?
The movie came out like
10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where have I been? Not playing Assassin's Creed, I guess.
Oh, here we are again.
Yes, sir.
Time loops.
the final time loop.
Oh, yeah.
The final time loop. This is the final time loop. This is the final
Should
time
be
loop.
when we finally figure it out. We can move on beyond time loop movies.
Yeah.
And start doing something else. It's like in like Mystery Science Theater 3000 when they get like stuck having to watch it. They basically something brings the movie and they like have to watch the movie in order to be able to like get past it. In this case, we had to watch
Four.
Time loop movies. I just felt like, but also I realized I'm like, man, we should have done. It's Black History Month, so it's like, there's that.
Should have been
but
some
like
black
when,
movies.
because I was
That's okay.
thinking about, well, the 2nd is on Monday, Groundhog Day, and then like thinking about that was like, okay, well, we got to do Groundhog Day on a Monday. That's our normal release schedule. It's like, why not do a month of time loop? And then afterwards, I was like, oh shit.
We could have just done one time loop.
Just a one time loop movie, yeah.
But we're into themes, folks.
Yeah.
It's more fun that way.
And what is even more fun is when we decide to say thank you guys for listening to another episode of Panharmonicon Studios Presents.
A podcast.
Yes, sir. I am one of your hosts, Damon.
This is Andrew.
And this is Farron.
And we welcome you to yet another episode of our infamous movie book club.
Infamous.
I like to say it's infamous just because that sounds cooler than, like, I think infamous even sounds cooler than famous.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
especially
it's-
when Green Goblin said it in Spider-Man.
Whoa.
No, Green Goblin didn't say it. Sorry,
No,
that was J. Jonah
J. Jonah
Jameson.
Jameson, yeah.
He doesn't want to be famous. I'll make him infamous.
Like, I mean, it just sounds cooler to be infamous, right? But
The word sounds cooler, but then
I mean,
like,
it's
what are we
probably
infamous
the
for?
concept
Yeah.
of being infamous probably isn't.
I mean, you could be infamous for a good thing, right? That doesn't mean...
Oh, like
I don't know.
infamous,
Yeah, I
like,
guess I'm trying to get split hairs here.
Are you thinking? I don't know why I was going to be like, man, my mind just.
Like, I
creates
mean, if you were,
scenarios
like-
that don't make sense.
Like if you like, maybe you could live in infamy in like a good way. Maybe like if you just like if you play like say you played in like the NBA, you just just posterize somebody so just nastily that they would live in infamy. I think.
The person who committed the posterizing, or the person
think
who was
for-
receiving the posterizing.
I think they would think that they lived in infamy. The person who got posterized.
Oh, I thought it would be the posterizer. But I have at least a definition. So someone or something with an extremely bad reputation, notorious or well known for shameful, wicked, or criminal acts.
Okay.
So I don't think you can be infamous for a good thing.
All right. Well,
Welcome to the
Full circle.
famous.
welcome to the famous. Not yet, but we will soon be the famous movie book club. And for my guys on Spotify, if you can give us a follow, if you can give us a rating 1 through 5, that lets us know what you think about our podcast. And if you can drop a comment on this episode, drop a comment on any other episodes that you hear. Just say what's up. I don't care. But for my YouTube peeps, if you can, first of all, subscribe. We are making our way toward 100 subscribers. We're at 76 currently, and that'd be a great milestone to hit as we near our 1-year anniversary. Mm-hmm. But also, if you can give us a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs up if you didn't like this episode. I'd like you to go through the episode first before you do one of those things. Drop a comment letting us know what you thought about this episode, what you think about the podcast, let's just say. What you think about time loop movies. What are some time loop movies that we didn't do? Because I didn't know any outside of Groundhog Day and The Edge of Tomorrow. I didn't know these other two that we done. So
Oh, there's so many. So many.
So let us know, and if you have a favorite that wasn't on this, let us know what it would be. With that out of the way, John, how have you been? It's been like a little short while since we've all seen each other, since we've, congealed as a group to do the podcast.
The famous
podcast.
Keep reiterating that part. I gotta like the infamous.
Gotta scrub that clean.
I've been all right. I did have an eye doctor appointment today, and got some news I did not expect to get. That I guess I'm developing a cataract.
Ooh.
Which would explain why. Because when I was telling the doctor, like when I read, especially on my Kindle, my left eye totally fine, see everything crystal clear. If I close my left eye and I'm just looking out of my right eye, I cannot discern anything. I can't. It just looks like somebody spit cookies and cream milkshake out of their mouth onto a, you know what I'm saying? Like the words, just like everything just blends together.
Yeah, wow.
So she recommended me to a specialist, and I got to do all that stuff. But reading about what they do for cataract surgery, it just feels invasive. It feels weird. Like my eye, I just feel. I don't know, this weird crossroad.
The casing? I don't know what it's called. They have to slice the eye open a little bit to
they gotta take your whole lens out.
Yeah,
I
lens.
think.
Yeah, the lens.
Yeah.
And
they replaced the lens actually. Like,
you bionic eye.
Isn't that crazy that we can do that though?
It is crazy that we can do it, but I don't know why I was thinking that they would just like clean it out, like somebody cleaning a chimney.
There we go.
All right, you feel better? But yeah, I can see. So when I saw they replace it with an artificial lens, I'm like, what?
I was expecting a chimney cleaning.
I was expecting a chimney cleaning, dude. Like I've already got.
I feel like that'd be worse though.
Oh yeah, because
cleaning like that.
Like they have to go into like your cornea. And
yeah, I'm only seeing like bristled instruments when you say chimney cleaning, so that just seems kind of worse. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that's a fair point.
Like when you first said cleaning, I thought you just meant like they give you like some Windex.
Yeah, just like a little,
like a rag,
like a
squink.
World's tiniest squeegee,
dude. And then somebody's playing the world's tiniest violin at the same
Nice.
time. That would be weird.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that you have a cataract, dude. That sucks.
Dude, it's strange. But what about you? What about you guys? How you doing?
Yeah, well, I also I had a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
And they needed to take blood.
Oh, the infamous. Now we can use infamous. Now we can.
Was it the same nurse?
No, it was a different nurse.
Oh, no.
And she was worse. So I was like, I've never seen this lady before. Whatever. But she seemed to know what she was doing.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume she's a nurse. She went to college. She went to school for everything, so she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just my body.
Sure.
So I always do the left arm. She thinks she could do the left arm just fine. She gets in there. She's like, "Oh, I found one. We're good." Gets in there. Nothing's coming. She's like, missed it. Gets just the rooting in there.
Okay.
Roots in there for a good what feels like 10 minutes, but may have only been like a minute.
Sure.
But she's all
but
up
still
in there.
a minute.
She's just like,
is
I
crazy.
can't get it. Am I hurting you? I'm like, she's not hurting it, but I can literally feel like when she pushes harder in, and I can tell that she's hitting something that
Else.
isn't. Yeah, it's like I can feel that. It feels like you almost are getting the bone, but I can't tell if that's how deep you're going.
Wow. Wow.
And so eventually she's like, all right, I'm gonna have to give up for a second here. So she pulls it out, and we both look at where she's pulled out, and then it just starts bleeding.
Okay.
And she scared me because she got nervous a little bit.
Ooh.
And I was like, well, don't do that.
You don't. Yeah.
She was like, oh, now it's starting. But she stemmed the bleeding. So I was like, if I bleed out because you didn't hit a vein correctly.
Yeah.
But she stems that, and then she's like, okay. After maybe a couple of minutes, she's like, all right, time to try again. And she's feeling around. I was like, let's try the other arm. Because I don't want you doing this again.
Yeah.
So she got my other arm. And
That's what that is.
she got in there.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I got it this time. And no blood's coming out.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you sure you got it this time? I wanted to say that, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay. And then she's like, And then she just pushed on my bicep and blood just started.
Wow. There's a little squeeze. Just a little squeeze.
And so she got her stuff. And I was like, well, that sucked.
Did she
It's not like
tie
that it
off
even
your
hurt.
arm?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
I know that I am relatively hard to find veins on. Like I know when I went to like the actual, I think when I went to like over in Clifton at Maine, that they had to do this thing that I didn't even know existed, where you can just like there's like device, it's called a vein finder, and they just like put a screen over your arm.
Whoa!
And it just shows veins.
Wow, that sounds like something from like a Call of Duty game. Or some shit.
I was gonna say like ye old like iTouch apps where it was like the beer that you just like
Wait, what? Like you would just open
like
an
app and it was just like a beer, or it's just like it's just an X-ray and it just like you're moving it but it's not actually.
Oh,
But
but
nothing's
yeah,
actually there. No, like
Yeah.
it was like because like I saw it and then like there was nothing there, and then she like turned it on, and then it just like was veins, and then she like, oh, there's one, and it was like that exactly. It worked perfectly for her.
Nice.
And I was like, why can't they always do this?
Yeah,
like
what?
that was her like last choice, because she also had been like rooting in my arm for a while, and she's like, I can't find it. Let me just use the vein finder. And I wanted to be like, why didn't you do that at the beginning?
Yeah, I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense to me.
You should always be using the vein.
Yeah, that would be the first thing that you would do. Like,
Let's get a good roadmap here.
What would prevent you from using it more? Like, does it take plutonium or something like
That's
that?
what like I kind of did worry. I was like, because it felt like it was an X-ray, but she didn't have me like shielded or anything. She just was like, there you are. And I was like,
Here's a little radiation.
You'll be okay.
but you know, I'm good now. Oh, I am dabbling in sauce making.
Ooh.
And I made a gochujang, a Korean style barbecue sauce.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I've got to now make it again because I used all of it.
Okay, well, that's a good sign, though,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
I liked it. I just want to. I'm gonna have somebody else taste it.
yeah.
See what you guys think about it.
How did you? I mean, what did you put it on? Were you using it on pretty much anything, or did you do Korean fried chicken?
No, I didn't do Korean fried chicken. I was using it for some burgers that I made during the
Okay.
Super Bowl.
Whoa, that still sounds amazing.
But I was like, I don't experiment enough in cooking. And I've always wanted to be like, I've always wanted to make my own sauce because I'm tired of like, you go in there and you're like, there's all these sauces, but they're also expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was something I was dabbling in.
That's awesome, man. Let's try your sauce.
And I will.
Please.
And how have you been?
Been all right. No doctor's appointment for me yet. Probably should go for my skin, but kicking that down the road. But I recently got back into Diablo 3.
Ooh, Diablo 3.
Yes, because it's been a pedestal of mine, I think, since probably 2015, of like, wow, this is probably the best gaming experience I've ever had. Can I find something that tops this? And I have not been able to. So then I was like, okay, let's see if it still holds up. Do I have this, rose-colored glasses?
Yeah.
Some nostalgia. I mean, no, but yes. Like,
Have you played 4?
Yes, I played 4 at launch, and then I got lost when I think it was like when they were about to start seasons, and you had to go around and collect all the Lilith statues. I was like, I'm not doing that. And then so I was like, all right, new game time. I had an experience that I never had before in Diablo 3, so that was fun because I think they've added stuff since I'm sure 2020 was probably the last time I played, but. Yeah, I've got back to the grinding part, and I'm like, okay, I see why I stopped. Yeah, I was like, okay, well, I had some fun, so we'll see. There's still an itch to try to find the build, but then it's every time I'm like, well, I'm only playing for like 30, 45 minutes, so I guess I'm trying to keep it healthy, but...
It's hard to do.
Yes, it is.
Especially in a game like Diablo. Have you played Path of Exile at all?
No.
I hear that's like supposedly better than Diablo.
Okay.
I think they're on Path of Exile 2 at this point.
Oh, yeah, I think I heard some things about that. But I'll add it to the list.
Also, Path of Exile, before I forget, we need to play some Magic.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Gathering. Not just like...
Yes. Not like
We're really into
dudes
cardistry.
pulling
Is this your card?
the magic off. Oh, I can remove my finger at will.
My finger points. Uh-oh. That face. What
It was a thought.
Okay.
I was just
Is
trying
it
to find
gone, or is it...
No, that's
Oh,
fine.
you're good.
We're done with that thought.
Oh, I thought you were trying to find a transition.
I was trying to find a transition. Transition was null and void.
It's okay. That happens.
Transition.exe failed. It's to start. not trying again. This is the moment where we go into our little brain teaser section, where I cook up something for the boys here. Usually, I do get these from the subreddit of poorly explained movie plots, but we had taken a friend of ours, Avi's idea of mixing it up by giving you character names of characters that the actor played in different movies, and you have to figure out the movie. I got a new one for you.
Ooh, another original.
All right.
Another original. This one, Jared goes undercover as he tracks the motions and dealings of a group helmed by Shane Wolf, including Rain Ocampo, Delilah Prophet, Chupa, and Chad Lindbergh. Things go slightly awry as a secondary group helmed by Zin Yi appears as a potential second suspect in the cops' investigation of a crime ring.
I didn't know you could blink that fast, Andrew. Like,
I'm trying so hard to process so many names.
yeah, I don't think you said Jared twice. Was that just you?
I was because there's a difference between Jarrett and Jared.
Oh, I thought you
There's
were
no
like
Jared.
really.
There's no Jared. I was like re-saying it as Jared.
Gotcha. I thought
Okay.
you were like emphasizing Subway, and I was like, was he an actor at all?
I hope he wasn't in the movie.
No, I doubt it.
All right,
Actually, I say that, but he probably wasn't. Like something back when he was like at his height.
Jared,
Yeah,
Subway
like
guy.
he's probably like a cameo or something, like the Subway guy. Like,
Oh yeah, like in an early 2000s or
Yeah.
like late 90s movie or
I'm
something.
thinking like a scary movie.
a scary movie or something,
Yeah.
like, something like that. I don't know if he was. I'm just saying it
That's
fits.
the vibe. Yeah.
No, that would yeah.
Okay, so it was about 6 or 7 names for the first ring, and then there's a second one that is involved with a police investigation.
No, so the police are investigating a crime ring.
Okay,
This crime ring involves the people like Shane Wolf.
Okay.
There's a group helmed by Shane Wolf, and there's another group helmed by Jin Yi.
okay.
Shane Wolf. Shane Wolf.
Shane Wolf.
I mean, honestly, at first when you first went through it, I thought that I knew. I thought that maybe I could define Shane Wolf.
Oh, okay.
But no,
Yeah.
I don't think I know any of these people.
Yeah, I
you know
think
Rain Ocampo?
Rain Ocampo?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Delilah Prophet? No.
I
all of these
I'm
just
being
sounds like Resident Evil characters to me.
Delilah Prophet. Actually, yeah, kind of like.
Do you know Chupa?
I know. I mean, I've heard of chupacabras.
Oh, okay. What about Chad Lindbergh? Yeah, okay. So remember that Jared goes undercover. So he's a cop. And he's
Jared
going
goes
undercover.
Oh, is this 20 Jump Street? 20? 19?
21 Jump Street, and it's not 21 Jump Street.
Okay. Is the Johnny Depp one? Is that a TV show? Is that?
Yeah.
That 21 Jump Street was a TV show.
Yeah.
And then it came back as a movie with
Okay. Gotcha.
Channing Tatum,
Channing
and,
Tatum and
I would say
yeah.
Chad Hill. This is not his name.
Jonah Hill.
no, that dude
Jonah
is
Hill.
Chad Lindbergh.
Chad Lindbergh.
There we go.
All right.
Okay.
So you have Chad Lindbergh. Okay. So this is one person named. Okay. So Jared goes undercover.
Yep.
So he's not going undercover with a partner. He's doing this
Solo.
Does he have any connections with? Okay.
Master of Disguise. He had a partner, right?
He did. I
Okay.
forget her name. The name of that actress. Oh boy. Era.
2000s.
Okay.
Is this Fast and the Furious?
It is Fast and Furious.
Oh, let's go! Get it.
Wow.
Okay, so
Personally,
sorry. The
went
names
very
in the-
much out of my way to never say racing, specifically to disavow. So, Jared is from Into the Blue.
Okay.
Played
Into
with-
the Blue.
yeah, the Jessica Alba joint with
I'm sorry. Is that the one about the surfers?
I think so. I'm pretty sure I saw
not
it like
Keith
at
Bosworth?
your place once.
Into the Blue.
Yeah.
You saw it.
I think it was playing on like TBS or something like that, and y'all just had it like.
That doesn't sound like a movie I would.
I don't think you were watching it. It just happened to be on.
It also just doesn't sound like a movie that I would even allow just to be on in the background.
Like we were about to leave. We were about to
leave.
leave So I didn't watch the whole thing. I think it was just on for a second.
Okay.
But Paul Walker and Jessica Alba ran into the blue. So Jared is Paul Walker.
Okay.
Shane Wolf is Vin Diesel, his character from The Pacifier.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay.
Rain Ocampo. It's very funny that he said Resident Evil because that character is from Resident Evil.
That's
Wow.
Mr. Rodriguez's character. I didn't know her name was. I don't even remember her name from that movie
I had to look
at
it up
all.
because I don't think they ever actually really say her name.
Rain, I would have never guessed that it was Rain though, and I definitely didn't know her last name from that movie.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it was trash.
I mean, yeah, it was.
I mean, every Resident Evil live action film has been
It's
trash.
been very bad.
Yeah.
It's Monster Hunter-esque.
Delilah Prophet is played by Jordana Brewster from The Faculty.
Why is her name so? I'm sorry, that just
Like, it
doesn't
sounds
sound like
like
a
the
name. That
name
name
that-
sounds too complex for that movie, for like the character that she played in that movie. Because that's the movie about with what is his name? Jude
Law?
Not Jude Law. It's the dude. Who's the dude? He is the dude. He just came back into Hollywood recently. Like, he had this-
Brandon Fraser?
No, it was he okay, so he came back into Hollywood. He was in, oh my gosh, I am blanking on everything. What is the movie that was about the nuclear bomb being Manhattan
Oppenheimer?
Project? Yes.
The main
But he was also in
guy
that
of
movie Trap that was directed by M. Night Shyamalan about the father who takes his daughter to the concert and it turns out that he's the serial killer.
Is the person you're looking for, like, is he Oppenheimer in Oppenheimer?
No, he's
that
another
was-
character in
oh.
that movie.
Oh.
I guess it doesn't. I would say Jared. That's not Jared Leto.
I don't
Okay,
know,
go ahead.
Cillian
I'm
Murphy.
sorry. I'm going to keep us. Oh,
No, you're good.
Are we talking about, like, Josh Hartnett?
Josh Hartnett. Yes.
Oh, there we
wow.
go.
I want you to know I went through 5 different names before I was like, it's probably Josh Hartnett that he's
Yeah,
talking about.
it's Josh Hartnett.
Okay, Chupa is Matt Schultz's character from Blade 2.
Oh, wow.
forgot he was in that.
Me too.
Damn.
So I was like, who is this guy? Oh, the big burly man.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And Chad Lindbergh is Chad Lindbergh. I didn't even change anything. I thought maybe giving you one of the actual actors' names will work, but
Nope.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Nope. Wow, this guy right here,
Wow.
man.
then Jin
came
Yi
to
is
me.
from the Man with Iron Fists. Iron Fists.
Yep.
So that was the Fast and Furious.
There we go.
I knew if anybody's going to get it, it was going to be you.
I'm glad you had faith in me. Glad I delivered.
All the faith. But now it is time for that feature presentation.
Yes, sir.
Source code.
Source code.
Source code. So, today's episode, helicopter pilot Coulter Stevens, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, is part of a top secret military operation that enables him to experience the last few minutes in the life of Sean Fentress, a man who died in a commuter train explosion. The purpose of Coulter's mission is to learn the identity of the bomber and prevent a similar catastrophe. But as Coulter lives Sean's final moments, he becomes more certain that he can prevent the first tragedy from occurring as long as he doesn't run out of time.
Released April Fool's Day of 2011
Whoa.
with a budget of $32 million and a box office of $147 million. I'm sorry.
It's like, wow, this tanked. No
That would
wonder
be
I
the worst
didn't
tank
know
of
this
all
movie.
time. Domestic was 54.7, 92.6 foreign. So loved more overseas than it was domestically, which is probably, again, why you didn't really hear about it that much. But 92 critic versus 82% audience on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb, and 3.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Movies that were out April Fool's Day weekend were Limitless, the animated Bunny Tail Hop,
What?
and yeah, Hop was the highest. It made the most money that weekend. And I've never seen it or
Yeah,
even heard
Hop?
about it. It is
Just Hop?
it is a movie about the Easter Bunny,
Whoa. I mean, I guess topical. Easter.
and a movie that I am sure Farron is going to want us to do on here eventually. Insidious.
Good one.
You don't know me.
So anyway, we're gonna be doing Insidious next week.
I mean,
But okay, so our last time loop movie.
Mm-hmm.
This one is a bit more interesting as far as time loops go because it isn't really a time loop. It is, yes, it's being repeated, but as we learn at the very end of the movie, it isn't a time loop because it's using parallel world theory and it's quantum observation. So that really is just saying that it is a loop movie.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I was asking about Assassin's Creed and Prince of Persia, because it actually reminds me of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, you're just going back in time.
Yeah. And living in somebody else's life.
Yeah. For sure.
And I was like, it's funny that Jake Gyllenhaal was in both these movies, but then that was Michael Fassbender that was in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
But Prince of Persia does still deal with time. So I guess it is interesting that Jake Gyllenhaal was in this movie and one of the Ubisoft time game movies.
I guess they just kind of feel like he does it well. He's like, gonna get a time loop movie, you get Jake.
Prince of Persia was good. I guess that's.
I think I remember it being very mid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was pretty just.
Is that early Jake? Early Mr. Gyllenhaal? I don't know him like that.
I feel like Jake's been acting for a long time.
He has. I guess he
was
started
a child,
so early
right?
with. Yeah. I don't even know. I don't know if he had anything before Donnie Darko, but I mean, I know he's pretty young.
Yeah, he's pretty young in
It's
Donnie
early
Darko.
2000s.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But I do enjoy watching Jake Gyllenhaal. I do enjoy
Yes,
Jake Gyllenhaal.
yeah.
Because I do think he's a
Me
very
too.
good actor. I don't know. I want to say I should be careful with just throwing out underrated because I don't know if that's really fair to say. I think people realize his talent. Or are at least starting to realize it. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of moments in the movie as I'm watching it where I just had to pause and rewind a little bit just because of how certain things are delivered. I just love the nuances and everything. But yeah, it's a very interesting concept, and I found myself starting to write notes and ask questions, and then it would, the next scene would then answer that question.
I have had to. You don't know. I think if we ever do a Patreon or something, I'm just gonna release my notes onto that because you would see how many times I ask a question in my notes and then it is answered within seconds of me.
What was the first question you had that ended up getting answered?
This one I said I would not do it. I actually wrote in my notes that I went literally. So I did tell myself I would no longer do the ask question thing because they usually answer them. But I will ask one here. Did the train explode because another train that looked like it was carrying fuel blew up next to it? I know he was hyper confused and couldn't remember things, but that happened, right? And then I wrote right after that, never mind, literally a single second after I asked that.
The movie explained it.
I think it's a fair question though, because when the train first explodes, it does line up with it. But then they do go on to explain that he would have had to have been within eyesight, right? Because it was time to. He would have had to have sent that receiver or whatever the signal when they were passing because he wanted it to happen when they were overlapping.
Which is what got me for so long wondering why he never thought to look at somebody that was getting off the train. Because I was there's more than likely the person doing this is not staying on the train.
Yeah.
Will likely get themselves off the train in order to do this. Especially once he's told that the person who did it and is responsible is going to be doing something else.
That's true. Yeah. So they wouldn't die in this.
Yeah, so they didn't die in the
Yeah.
explosion. Clearly, they would not be on the train at that point.
Yeah.
I like that you brought that up because it's actually a question that I wrote down in my notes to ask you guys is if you found yourself in this situation, how do you think you would tackle the investigation? Because I started to ask myself, okay, are they asking the right question? Because it keeps being who is the bomber, and of course he's needing to investigate, and he's going through this over and over again. He only has 8 minutes every single time, but it just kind of felt like maybe there's a different question that they could help him form, or a different question that he can ask that would maybe help him get to that person quicker. So I'm just curious, if you were in that situation, do you think that you would tackle it a different way?
I don't know because advice is always really bad because they're like, oh, there's a weapon here, go for it at any cost. But then there's like still people that are, you know, living their actual lives. There's like, if they see someone go for a gun, things are going to happen. Like you're not just going to be able just to, you know, pull that off. So I don't know. I feel like I would blow up so many times. I would get really frustrated because I would just be like doing this guy next, then this guy, and like they would be like, "We don't have time for this. We don't have time for this. You got to find it." It's like, what do you mean? What do you want from him? Like the fact that he did this is a miracle.
Yeah,
like I feel like they were just being so clandestine about everything that it was almost impossible. It is actually a miracle that he even figured out what to do because they never assuaged his fears. Like every time he came out of it, he was just so like concerned about things, and it's like you gotta give him information if you want results,
right?
Like imagine like slapping somebody awake and then telling them to go solve a Rubik's cube.
Yeah.
And then like they didn't do it, and you knocked them out, and then you slapped them awake again and said, "Solve this like Rubik's cube." It's like what is happening to me? But I think
you only have 8 minutes.
yeah. You got 8 minutes, and I'll knock you out.
Yeah.
It's like so. I know, like you said, I think I would die a bunch because I just have no. You're not giving me anything. You're just saying find this person. But how am I supposed to find this person? Do you have any information at all?
Yeah.
Which makes me think they had zero information on exactly what to do, which is like, and I think we do see that at the end when they're seeing the event take place and they're like, oh, okay. Well, there was some terrorists that got stopped, but we didn't have a way to, I guess we got to wait till the next one happens. Like, that means that they had no clue. So there really is just no information that they had.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to think that they couldn't at least have. I mean, I don't even know if they had sifted through the wreckage yet, right? So like, they don't even have the information that there was like what the bomb could have been, or like if there was like remnants of it or anything. But I do think to myself that like after so many times of being disoriented, and they finally tell me like this person's still at large, I do think I would start looking for people who are leaving, as opposed to people who are just sitting around. Because I don't think that I mean, like you just told me that they're going to be doing something else, that they have a plan, so they ain't on this train anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I also think it's interesting that to me it seems like an interesting choice for that character because he's a helicopter pilot. Like it's not like you chose somebody who died who's
from
a
the bomb
detective.
Squad. Yeah,
exactly.
100%.
Like you're not choosing somebody whose skill set is specific to this. Like the closest thing that I could think of, like, okay, he's a helicopter pilot. I guess in a way, maybe he's hijacking into somebody's mind and piloting another body. Like, it's like the stretch that I'm going for, but I'm like, that's an interesting choice. Yeah, as a pilot.
But
I mean, they kind of explained that they didn't have a choice.
Yeah, and I got a little confused with that. Has he been in that coma for 2 months? Was the time frame that
2 months.
Okay, so like when we see him like coming to, is that him? Like, is that his first time?
That is his first loop. Oh, okay. So I thought to myself too that the way that he was disoriented, that it might have been like he's been in the loop multiple times.
Yeah.
But the ending shows that because that terrorist act never happens, that they haven't been able to use him yet.
Okay.
But granted, at the same time, and because of the way that Vera Farmiga reacts to the mind wipe, means that they haven't mind wiped him yet. So like that means he hasn't done this before and been mind wiped.
Gotcha.
But if you're going with like parallel world theory though, like is it possible that he's been in this state for 2 months because what we're seeing is the result of him actually saving people from these events, like every single time? Because I guess if you think about it, like if there was, like, let's say he died and then within a week of his death, of that helicopter crash, they do use him for that exact situation, something similar. And whereas he's trying to tell Goodwin and, Jeffrey Wright's character over and over again, is like, I think I saved those people. And the way that the film ends is kind of alludes to there is this parallel world where it is like you stopped it from happening altogether and that he's still kind of ongoing. So do you think it's possible that he actually has done it multiple times before, but this version that we're seeing is just yet another parallel world in which, because he stopped a terrorist attack a month ago, they're still waiting. Like, basically, how many times could it be possible that Jeffrey Wright has said that line multiple times? I guess we have to wait for another.
How many of those parallel worlds has he actually finished the mission?
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you're getting at?
And then sort of calls them to be like, well, I guess we still can't use him. And then now it's 3 months that, he's been dead and no one knows.
But but this would still be his first one, right?
I mean, why do you say that though?
What you just said was that maybe in another one that he hasn't been used in, that it would now be 3 months. That would mean he still hasn't been used throughout those 3 months, right?
Well, I mean, I guess within that reality, I suppose. I don't know. It gets, I guess, pretty complex. But ultimately, what I'm getting at is, like, if there was like a terrorist attack and then he only has 8 minutes, he's like, if he dies March 1st and then March 8th, they're using him because there was a terrorist attack, and then they're trying to see who bombed this car dealership. And then he ends up going on to, thus, kind of in a way, preventing that from happening. And then they're like, well, I guess we have to wait for another opportunity to use the source code. And then there is another opportunity. March 15th comes along, and then there is this event. But then he's hijacked in, he's confused, he's disoriented, but he solves it again. And down the line, like
weekly terrorist.
Yeah,
attacks.
like, well, I mean, obviously, that's a lot, right? But I'm just saying that, is it possible when because I'm sorry, there was a comment that you made that made me think that, wow, because it has been 2 months, is it possible that it's not technically his, like, it appears as if it's his first time,
sure,
but it's not technically because of how this is sort of like unfurling itself.
Yeah. So I guess, like, in the observable universe that we're seeing, it has to be his first time, because when Jeffrey Wright says let's mind wipe him, Vera Farmiga has a very, like, she has a reaction, and then he says, what if he's the only one that can do it? Meaning that this is their first time using this experiment, and it's succeeded.
But I guess I don't see how that is, like, the proof in the pudding that because she is apprehensive about mind
it's not so
wiping
much
him,
her apprehension as to what Jeffrey Wright says after.
And I'm sorry, what did he say again?
Basically that, so he wanted to mind wipe him because his belief, like, he didn't say it was his belief, but he said that it is possible that culture is the only one that is even able to do this. He doesn't know that yet, meaning that this is like if they've been mind wiping him, he wouldn't.
Okay, I see. Okay, because they would have known that he's the only one who's
and if he's been mind wiping him when she, like, got about it, he'd be like, I've been doing this. Hey, this ain't the first time I've done it with him. But I have a question for you guys.
Sure.
Do you think that a time loop movie can do the loop without it having to start at the same point every single time?
So
I guess, like,
so
by definition,
example,
okay,
is that, so, like, in playing GTA 5, you can switch between any of the protagonists at any point in time, right? And when you switch into them, they're, like, just in the middle of doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think it's possible that a time loop movie could do something where the first loop, you wake up, but then in the second loop, you pop into the body, like, in the middle of, like brushing teeth. And then maybe the third one, you wake up again. But then in the fourth one, you're in the middle of having breakfast. Like,
I mean, is it the same day?
It's the same day.
Yeah.
It's just you're going over and over again, just at different points in.
And are you asking that question?
Well, we watched
this scenario of source code, like,
well, it's that we've watched 4 time loop movies.
Yeah,
and all 4 of them are that. Well, it got me thinking about it during Triangle because of the fact that there are multiple loops within it, and we're just, like, constantly, like, we're experiencing different points within, like, the 2 different loops that are happening. And then when I was watching this one, I was like, okay, well, we're gonna keep seeing him, like, wake up, and, like, wake up, and, like, wake up, and then eventually, like, time loop movies hit that point where, like, they do the montage of, like 15 different days, like, tries, loops, and it's that at that point they're showing you, like, different things. But I'm just wondering, like, do we think that a time loop has to, like, get the point across that it's a time loop by, like, doing the wake up every single, like oh, it's a loop, it's a time loop movie. Do you think that there's that possibility that you can, like, just be doing it, like, jumping at different points of time, just, like, without having to do the montage.
I think so. I think it would be harder to write or just like to have a plot that makes sense. Because like if you're trying to loop to do something, you could maybe just have a dud loop where like you loop back to like at the end of the day. Like if you had, you know,
it's like what if like the goal is like you're trying to like, in this case, like what if it is for him to be trying to like solve this issue, but like what if he did like they like, okay, you going back in, and then he like quantum leaped back in, and it was like at the explosion, like, oh, we messed up on that one. Let's try this again.
Recalibrate. Yeah, no, I think it would, because you're still like going through the same scenario. I think that's like the heart and soul of a loop movie, is that they're trying to like deal with this one instance of time. So I think so. It would just be, I think harder to execute. But it would definitely be cool, because it would be, you know, a break from the cycle, if you don't mind a bad pun or whatever that was, but a bad observation.
It's not a bad pun.
Well, thank you.
Don't do it to yourself. Don't do that to yourself.
It was a big pun.
It was a
that would be
big pun, baby. Big pun. But earlier I asked about like asking questions and then them subsequently being answered almost immediately, because very early on in the movie I wrote down the question of how does the jump work, and then eventually, of course, it goes on to tell you, because I gotta say I would have not guessed, and of course spoiler alert, folks. I mean, obviously that should go without question, but would not have guessed that he was dead.
I didn't.
No,
I thought he was like in the Arctic or something, like in some kind of giant chamber, right?
Yeah.
Because he said pod, and then the professor man was like, "Oh, that's where you see yourself. That's interesting."
But
and
I
I
do
was like,
have
"Oh."
the question about that part. So I don't. At that point, I don't understand some things, like the camera.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Because they physically have a webcam that they manipulate a bunch. At least we're assuming it's a webcam, right? But like we're seeing them, and he seems to see them.
Yeah.
But he's also dead, and has probably never seen these people in his life.
Yeah.
So
because I think at one point it says basically that, like, for instance, there's that sort of malfunction that happens where they show him tinkering with wires to try to like get the heat back on, but he's almost going to freeze to death otherwise. And so at that point I'm thinking to myself, okay, he actually is in a pod somewhere. It just happens to be cold. Maybe that's just kind of part of how this whole thing works, is that he just needs to be in this environment in order to facilitate this jump into this body for this time, right? But then they go on towards the end of the movie to basically say that what he was seeing is sort of his mind essentially trying to cope with the situation and just trying to, I don't know, I guess maybe in a way like be pragmatic, and it's kind of just like his imagination kind of saying like, okay, like, I'm not dead, I'm in this thing.
I do wonder though that I feel like some information had to be like fed to his brain though, because
he did have wires like plugged into his skull, right?
Yeah. Right,
Yeah.
I mean, I was just like, because it would be odd for him to just like come out of it for the first time and be in that pod, unless they're like before the jump, the first jump that we see, maybe like there's like an orientation, like where he's like,
because they do they do like the recall things. So I mean,
so he does, and he has memory of them.
Yeah.
So I guess he had to have, and maybe he has even seen them. Maybe like he sees them right before he like dies.
Where it's like put on ice or
Yeah,
whatever.
put on ice or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
He got fucked up.
Yeah.
When they showed his body, I was like,
Yeah.
Because it was just a torso, right? Torso,
Basically,
one
yeah.
arm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I had a feeling too, because when before they showed it, I'm like, that case
so
is small. I'm like, I don't think.
I thought he was just gonna be a head in a jar.
Yeah,
Jeez,
I was expecting
no.
like the nervous system, like just the brain
Dude,
and eyeballs.
oh, that would be wild. Which, side note, it kind of reminds me, isn't that kind of like what happened to Absolute Bane? Is that he's just now like a floating nervous system? Like,
Whoa.
yeah, that whole fight, that was wild.
I mean, he can grow
Like the size of buildings.
Yeah.
It's
So-
insane.
Oh, I had a random question that I didn't understand, because we go through the loop so many freaking times. Why does the conductor only ask Sean for his ticket.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah, he never asked the woman's for the woman's ticket, but I think he's like clicking tickets a little farther back. I think at one time, but
like it's just he like skips over her.
yes,
'Cause
100%.
we can hear him like asking for tickets, and then he comes up to the Culture / Sean, and he's like, "A ticket," and then he just jumps past her, and he
Yeah.
goes to somebody else and like, "Ticket."
You know, there is something I was thinking about also that I kind of found very sad to think about is he's gone through this loop so much that he's developed this relationship with Michelle Monaghan's character, and that's cool and all, but when he's unplugged and seemingly like wiped or killed, whatever you want to call it, like it seems like he goes on to live this afterlife with her. But how weird is it that you'd be living an afterlife that is literally built upon the foundation of somebody that you'd never met?
Oh, so strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about that. It's like, how do you, because then he's supposedly a teacher. How do you just show up?
How do you continue teaching?
Yeah, like you just let it rip. Like, oh, I was in the army. I could try.
Yeah. Like on the one hand, it's a fairy tale Hollywood ending and things end well, but at the same time, it's just such a weird thought that, if he continues to go on, that he will always see somebody totally different in the mirror.
Yes.
Like that is so strange. Even if he goes on, I know he pressed on about being able to talk to his father again, and even if he goes to see his father, like he's not gonna know who he is.
Right.
Like, no one in his family, they're gonna be so confused. But it also did, preceding all of that, another question of like, why did it take him so long to look at his driver's license? Like in the beginning when he's disoriented, it was like wasn't until he went into the bathroom and saw his reflection a couple times that he like looked at his driver's license to kind of like ground himself and understand who he was, a little bit more of what was going on. Do you think you would have done that earlier, or do you think it would have taken you that long before
on the
you just checked?
on the first ride, like very first?
Especially if like you saw your reflection in the mirror as the trains were going by, and you're like, "That's not Andrew."
Yeah, I don't think I would whip out my wallet. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I think I would just be like, I would be very concerned. I'd be like, excuse me, I need to go somewhere, maybe to a hospital.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I don't know. I feel like it seems like a movie trope kind of thing. But would you pull out your wallet? Like,
I think I would, because I know quantum leap exists in the world that I live in.
Oh, that's fair. That's
So
fair.
the instant that I saw like my reflection and it wasn't my reflection, I'd be like, well, that was weird. And then like she's already been asked like treating me not like me.
Sure.
And I also
Yeah.
don't know her. I'm like, oh, that's kind of...
So that's step 3 for you. Step 1 is recognize a weird woman. Step 2, check the reflection. Wow. Hey.
The instant, because like I would question, like they wouldn't be immediate. The instant I didn't recognize her, but she was acting like she knew me.
Yeah.
I would be asking some questions because I'd be like maybe especially because I'm like waking up, so it could be like a drug thing, Like somebody drugged me and put me on a train for some reason.
Yeah.
But I think I'd be like, okay, so I don't know you. Who are you? And she does the stupid, you know me, silly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know you
At all.
then like if just in passing I just happen to look and then I see I'm like, no, something's not right here. Oh, the quantum leap. Did I quantum leap? Then I look and be like, oh shit, I quantum leap. I'm in a new body.
Did you guys have any reaction to the scene where he has the epiphany, or he learns from her character that Coulter Stevens is dead? Because the way that he reacted, his as he's listening to her talk, and he's like, nah, this is. He just seemed so in disbelief, like, and I'm just wondering what would be going through your mind at that point.
Didn't he already know?
No, because I think he was starting to get weirded out because there was at one point that he's the only person who has video image, right? And then he noticed that there is, I think, the acronym on her uniform. And then he goes and asks that woman, like, what does this mean? Tells her to go make this phone call. He goes, makes his own phone call. But yeah, I don't think he knew at that point that he
That's
was
right.
literally learning for the
He
first
found
time
that out
he was-
afterwards.
Yeah.
I think at that time, I still thought it was a simulation.
Okay.
Because I think the synopsis says simulation, and so I thought this was all simulation.
Oh, because I mean that's
and I think Jeffrey Wright says it's a simulation at some point, like kind of early on, and for some weird reason, like because I think he says it's a simulation. You're not going back in time, but Jake Gyllenhaal kept treating it as if he was going back in time, and I was at that point like, dude, they told you it was a simulation. Have you not figured this out yet? Because at first it was weird because that first loop he treated it as if it was a simulation, or the second loop he treated it as if it was a simulation. He was like, "Oh, so real," and he was acting like everything was like a computer program.
Yeah,
and so I was like, "Oh, he gets it," and then he just suddenly stopped getting it. All right, after they told him that it was when it was like, "Oh, okay, dude, they told you. You need to be realizing that this isn't happening."
Yeah.
And then turns out it was happening. He was dead. So I think and when they like confirmed it for him, I would have been like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing you could do. It's not like you could just be alive again.
Right.
So,
fuck.
But to be so just out of control of your fate, like that's crazy because you have no choice in what they're doing to you. They could have decided, Rutledge could have decided that they were never going to wipe your memory, that they were always going to keep you there, and that would have just been your life. And you, what are you going to do about it? Because in reality, you're quite literally half of a man.
but you also live forever.
But
just
not even as
through,
you,
like,
though.
Yeah,
would you
I
be
mean,
okay
that's
not
like
being
true
you ever
quantum leap.
again? Well, yeah. But, like, would you be okay with that? Like, you'll never be you.
Probably not. No, I mean, like, maybe at some point you would get used to it, but the early period would not be very like a good transition.
No. I just kind of see myself, I feel like I would just be freaking out. Like, I don't even know if I'd be able to perform, to be honest with you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, would you rather they kill you?
Probably. I mean, and it's not to sound like morbid or anything. It's just that you're telling me that my fate from now until God knows when is to just exist as other people in 8-minute increments and experience death.
Unless you get so good at it that you don't experience death.
So that, like, okay, so that 10 simulations down the line, you get thrown in, you figure it out the first time, there is no
100% speed run.
Yeah.
You clear it.
Yeah, like,
I mean, it's like a roguelike. You just have to keep getting better and better at it, and then eventually you ace it, and then like you're like, all right, next one. I mean, you're doing. If the assumption is that because the assumption can't be that you're preventing, right? Because obviously you have to be able to connect to a dead person, so somebody had to die and some acts had to happen. So you're not preventing things. I mean, you're preventing further catastrophe from happening. But honestly, I can't see too many situations where like the person committing the terrorist act then is able to just continue to commit terrorist acts. Like they were treating it like it was a comic book. Like the Joker got loose. Well, it looks like he killed 10 people and he's about to kill 10 more later today.
And speaking of which, do you feel like the motivations of the responsible party, do you feel like there was even any point in him speaking at all as to what his motivations were? Because I feel like it was just...
I honestly, when they actually like caught him, I didn't think it was real. Like I was like, oh, we're like getting some fake out or something, but because it just didn't seem like
lackluster.
Exactly, like it was just
like down to the way he looked.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Which part do you feel like was like lax? Is it him finding him at the van, or is it the moment that he like at the very end of the movie?
That character for me, just like because like you're saying, like there was no like really good motivation, which I guess, I mean, that's maybe terrorism in a nutshell, kind of, but it just didn't seem to like really feel like it was part of the story.
Yeah.
Like it kind of took me out of the movie being like, oh, like they did it. I was like, oh, really? Like, I mean, good. Yay.
Yeah.
But I did not expect it to kind of go down that way.
Just be old random dude. I was still kind of thinking it was Sean. I was like,
Yeah.
It'd be crazy if it was Sean.
That would be a
person
twist.
Yeah, that would be wild. But I just once I got to the end of the film and realized that one, there's not going to be a sequel. Two, so basically this will never be brought back to. But the guy made the comment of, well, in order to rebuild, you got to have ashes or something like that. You got to destroy before you can rebuild the world or some shit. And I'm like, but where is this going to go for you? Like it'll never expand into a bigger organization. Like that part of the story is just.
I think he was just supposed to be like an agent of chaos.
Yeah, I guess. Because how do you rebuild that like off of a dirty bomb? Like I feel like that's just kind of end game.
And what is a dirty bomb?
I think it's like nuclear, like so like radiation and not a good way to die. I guess not that there's a good way to die, but
over like radiation poisoning. Is.
Yeah, it just like his like it felt like they just needed. It's like it's obvious he wasn't the true antagonist of the movie, and as such, like he didn't matter. Like so much so that like I was like, this movie is an hour long and it has like a 30-minute epilogue because like he solves it and then it's just the rest of the movie is just like the fallout of the like. I was like, that dude didn't matter at all.
I do feel they went a little DBZ with it when because so when the fight between Goku and Frieza basically destroys the planet's core and he's like, this planet will just blow up in 5 minutes, and then 10 episodes later finally the fight between Goku and Frieza resolves itself, and then when he goes into the last loop I had this feeling, I was like, it's not going to be 8 minutes. Like this, if this is the last time that he's going in, they're going to stretch this out. It's not going to be an 8-minute time span, and I was right. Like it wasn't egregious. It wasn't anything crazy. Like they stretched the 8 minutes into a half hour, but it was definitely longer than the 8-minute stints that he was getting.
They made it seem like he did DBZ. All of the like actions that like stopped Derek in like 2 minutes. It was like as soon as he did, like they talked and he just got up, and it was like 2 minutes later he was back. Yeah. Then it was like, well, the rest of this time we just get to
talk about speed run. Yeah, he hit it. He got the roadway.
He got every single power up he needed. Yeah, and he was like, and then, I mean, he got them all in that last loop because he figured out who did it, how they did it, what was happening. His intuition to turn the bomb around was a little too on the nose, but
the second cell phone.
Yeah, it was like his assumption that there had to be a secondary like trigger. Yeah, that's fine, but to be like, hey, let me just
other
turn
side
it all the way around. Oh, yep, there it is. I knew. Like, okay, guy.
It's funny because the way that you guys phrased that, it just made me think of like a New Game Plus. Sort of
that's what it was for him.
Yeah, because he got the epilogue. Now he's going to the bean, dude.
And we talked a little bit about that before at the beginning of this month with Groundhog Day and asking the question of, hey, if you're stuck in this time loop for 30 to 40 years, and he was like, I'm just going to develop as many skills as I possibly can. Yeah. In that time.
That was what I think his was more like knowledge.
Yeah.
But
for sure. Yeah.
I mean, that was what he needed because he just became like the optimal. It was his optimal run. Yeah. He's like,
he got all the good RNG bits.
Boom, boom, boom. Dude didn't fight him.
No. He just duck the conductor. Go this way. Handcuffs.
It's crazy. Ended up like the best relationship with everybody on the train. Like,
right. Yeah. Let me pay this comedian to then.
I love that they were like, we paid for Russell Peters. We are going to make Russell Peters give us a stand-up performance.
Quite literally, he was like, "That's the comedian from." Also, she said, "From America's Got Talent." I'm like, this movie came out in 2011. I didn't know that show was that old. Yeah, man, it's like, dude, I was still in college in 2011. That's how long America's Got Talent's been around.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Is that what Terry Crews has been doing for 15 years, or did he come along? Oh, was it Nick Cannon before?
I think it was somebody else, and then it was Nick Cannon, and then it was
Terry Crews. Okay.
I had a fun Google. Lionel Richie is on American Idol. Like, he's one of the...
He is, yeah.
One of the guests, or one of the judges.
My sister yesterday literally just asked randomly. And this is funny because, like, my sister, I have never even had the hint that she was into this artist. She was just like, whatever happened to Katy Perry? And I was like, I think she's on American Idol now.
She went to
Isn't
space.
she dating Justin Trudeau?
Yes.
Oh, did she? Did
and-
her and Orlando Bloom divorce?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Wow.
Yep.
Who's Justin Trudeau?
The former Prime Minister of Canada,
Oh.
who I'm pretty sure was married during
Well,
like part of it. But anyway,
let's not dwell on that fact.
Oh boy.
oh, can we talk about like when they did find Derek? It was Derek Frost, right? I'm pretty sure it was when they found Derek at the van. First off, Michelle's character was just pissing me off. Like how she tracked him down is beyond me. But she tracked him down.
Yeah.
He gets shot. She runs across and around the van. Derek shoots and apparently pops her right in the head.
Yeah.
No glass. Somehow not any window, and not the side of that van.
Yep.
But somehow he shot her. I was like, "This is a crack shot he has," because I don't know if he's got wanted technology in his bullets.
Maybe.
Just bent it around, like he shot out the car door and just bent it around.
Shoot this motherfucker.
But so
He got her quick.
we do basically find out that at the very end that it's all quantum entanglement, jibber jabber BS, and that, as you said earlier, it is very possible that the parallel world theory, string theory, is at play, and that he's been going to a different world, like a different universe each time that they've done this.
Yeah.
And it is even possible that he's creating, because Jake Gyllenhaal does say that one was like the one that he's in was created.
Yeah.
So it's possible that like basically we're doing quantum observation, and that doing the observation is creating a new universe. So I would say, as far as what we saw, there's a possibility that there are two. I think there's only one in which he's outright saved everybody, which is the last one. Because the one that he was so adamant about saving, he only saved that one, like he saved her. And even still, he didn't save himself, because he got ran over by a train. So, question?
Would that mean that? Because I don't. Because I see where you're going, and I guess it just made me question if he's creating another universe through that observation in the very end. Is it possible that every single instance of him jumping in and then his failures were also creating universes and stuff? But wouldn't that mean that in all of those instances that there was a dirty bomb that wiped out Chicago?
Yes.
Damn.
Because they couldn't figure out
Damn. That's...
So he's only really saved two. The one in which he gave them the information.
Yeah.
And then the one that he survived in.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Dude, what?
Yeah. The implications are crazy.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting that route. Like because of the synopsis, I just thought it was going to be computer simulation, and that they would like figured out a way to, I don't know, like create a microcosm of like a period within a simulation, to keep going back into.
Yeah.
But then they started all that stuff, and Jeffrey Wright Jeffrey Wright sounded a lot like Uncle Phil to me. I don't know what it was about, like I don't know what it is about Jeffrey Wright. It's like whenever he has a character, they go and he's like, I'm gonna create a way, like an accent, just a way to talk, and whatever it is, that's what I'm doing. And whoever's directing it's like, sure, Jeffrey, go do what you
Do it.
Go Big J.
He is one of those other actors that I really enjoy watching. I do enjoy me some Jeffrey Wright.
Westworld?
Yeah, dude. Westworld. I mean, being Commissioner Gordon, all types of stuff with him. And he felt like, as you point about Uncle Phil, like if Uncle Phil his body was hijacked by like Steve Urkel, because there was this like a slight,
Whoa.
nervousness about it. There was also some lines that he delivered. There was one earlier in the movie when Stephen Coulter is trying to convince him that he saved that Michelle Monaghan's character early on, and he's like, "Believe me, you didn't do it." And Jake is like, "No, believe me, I did." He's like, "Believe me? No, you believe me?"
That was when he did that. That was when it hit me.
The voice, the way he,
because it made me think of that episode of Fresh Prince where Ashley is like and her like that bully girl were like going at it, and then like that bully girl's parents came over to the house, and he was like a doctor, and like her dad was a doctor, and then her dad and like Uncle Phil was kind of getting into it a little bit, and then the dad, I forget who he's played by. I don't think it was Keith David, but it kind of looked like Keith David. The two were just going back and forth, and he's like, "Your daughter's got the sloped forehead of like a serial killer or something like that." And then the dude's like, "I think you must have her confused with your mama." And then Uncle Phil punches him. Oh, that episode. If you've seen that episode, you know what I'm talking about. That episode is hilarious. And when he started talking that way, that it reminded me immediately. I was like, oh, he sounds just like, he sounds like Uncle Phil, right? And I just couldn't get that out of my head. But
the sloped forehead of a serial killer?
Yeah. They were going back and forth.
That's an insult. That is an insult. Well,
any last thoughts?
Any last thoughts, indeed.
No. I'm ready to tell the world. You know,
what are you ready to tell them?
I'm ready to tell the world how many Panharmonicons this is going to get.
Cue song.
I am wondering though, because as I was listening, I was like, man, hitting the table is
it's awful for audio.
Yeah,
it is.
It's really
bad. So yeah, we just gotta
get it in there.
How many Panharmonicons does this get? How many Panharmonicons does this get? How many Panharmonicons does this get? How many? Spit. Andrew.
Ooh. I would say a 4 for me.
Ooh.
I really enjoyed this movie. I had the fact that there was a crazy twist spoiled for me, so I was still trying to think. I didn't read that it was like this whole new world or new life. So once he sent the email, I was like, "Oh, she's gonna get the email." In like when we cut back to her, but it didn't happen.
How did it get spoiled for you?
Just like the top Google, it was like a Reddit thing of just like, here's what the ending of source code means. And I was like, oh, okay.
I saw that too for a hot second.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope. Back to the movie.
I was not quick enough.
Because it was like explaining the complex ending of, I was like, nope.
Yeah, I was like, well, all right, there's a complex ending. I know something. No, still a very good movie. I do like Jake Gyllenhaal. Mm-hmm. He's just one of my top actors for sure. So,
wait a minute, what are you not telling me? Like his confusion was. I feel so bad for him. What about you, Dame?
Also 4 out of 5 for me.
Nice.
It ends on a good note, like a good feel note.
Yeah.
Even though like it's kind of like just hand wavy on how we get to there, which is fine. It doesn't dwell on its complexity, even though someone felt the need to write a description or like explaining the complex ending of the movie.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make you have to think about it. Like, even though we were having questions on it, at the end of the day, it was just
like a fun
movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, Gyllenhaal, Farmiga, and Wright do like really good jobs. You can tell that Vera is like in a situation that she would rather not be in. Mm-hmm. She wants to be able to tell him more, and just is realizing she can't. Jeffrey is really good at kind of being this like science above all type character who is not. So he doesn't like, as far as he's concerned, like this is just a dead person that they're manipulating,
justify the means,
not a person.
Yeah.
And then Gyllenhaal does a really good job of like just trying to figure out what is happening to him, and then even like when he figures it out, he's like, I'm a soldier. Like, I'll do the thing that you're asking me to do. Just let me like then die. Mm-hmm. And then after he realizes that he's fallen in love, he's like, you know what, like let me at least do this as a soldier, like one last time. The antagonist, the Derek Frost dude, he was pretty weak part of it all. But other than that, I enjoyed the movie. I thought I was not going to enjoy this movie when it first started. And then it just like, I was like, okay, you grew on me.
Then it like took off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yourself, sir?
I would give it a 3.5. I think that it is the Derek Frost part that kind of like started a little bit for me, because I'm just like, well, you could have, I don't know, but also to a point, I get it. I suppose like it's not the focal point, of the story. It is a driving factor, but it is not like ultimately the part that you are supposed to be the most invested in. But it just kind of felt like it could have done a little bit more with that character and like rounding that out a little bit more. But yeah, like to your point, I think they all like hit their mark except for that character. It was just, he kind of reminded me of just like a super preppy, like Sperry's topsider, Martha's Vineyard type dude who just happened to have the know-how to create a dirty bomb.
And I think that they did that very much on purpose in order to make, because I think the whole thing is that you're also supposed to be, as a viewer, trying to figure out who it is. And I think they make him so nondescript that you never think that it's him, because they only show him like a handful of times,
right?
And as such, you just kind of like forget, because they go to these other characters so many more times that you're like, it's got to be one of them, or maybe it's Jeffrey Wright. Who knows? But then it turns out it's just this dude, and you're like, oh, okay.
But to your earlier point, like one last like little tidbit, like to your earlier point about looking at people who are getting off the train, like the movie could have ended very quickly, because they do show him the first time he's in that situation, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, but I guess that's the thing is he is confused. He doesn't really know what he's even supposed to be doing there in the first place. So I guess there's that part that would have limited him. But you go in there a second or a third time, like I think again, it's a great point to be like, if there is another catastrophe that I'm trying to prevent, likely that person got off that train, and there's been one, maybe two stops in this time. I think only one, because it's only like 8 minutes. Look at that. And then if you just like looked at that dude long enough, you would have seen that he just immediately went and then threw his ID back onto the train. And you're like, that's weird. And got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was what we thought of Source Code, the 2011 time loop movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Vera Farmiga, and Jeffrey Wright. What do you guys think about Source Code? If you've seen it, if you have not seen it, would you see it? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you can for us. We're trying to hit that 100 and even go further beyond, plus ultra. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this episode. Hit that thumbs down if you did not. Let us know how you felt about that in the comments. And if you're on Spotify, don't forget to give us a follow and rate this episode 1 through 5. We want to thank you all for listening to yet another episode of Panharmonicon Studios Presents.
A podcast.
Ding ding. Doors are closing.
This has been Damon.
This is Andrew.
This is Farron.
And may you get on a nice double-decker train to Chicago. And thank you guys for listening.
And live your best afterlife in
Whoa.
a body that wasn't even yours.
Dang.
I wouldn't call it afterlife. He was alive.
Yeah, okay.